Warning, F-bombs are armed and may be dropped. Alright. I am not a libertarian. I will never be a libertarian. I'm actually a little too smart for that. I'm a minarchist, and there is a difference. A libertarian will try and tell you that libertarians don't believe in no government. Well, you know what? My experience with all of them is, yeah, they actually do. They want to get rid of all government. In fact, I'm going to tell the story of my experience with libertarians in hopefully under 5 minutes. So here we go. My first introduction to the term was around 2006-ish. Glenn Beck was talking about, I would be a libertarian if I could make it work. It's the first time I'd ever heard the term. Didn't even know what it meant. Didn't follow up on it too much at the time either, because at the time I was kind of apolitical. I also wasn't the mandatory carry faggot yet, but I was headed that direction. I can tell from the writings I have back then. Alright, skip forward about 3 to 4 years or so, 2010, 11-ish. And I'm hearing about this new thing, this new libertarians thing. Problem is, nobody's really saying much about it. It's just a sort of thing that's out there. And I hear the term, and I get told that they have their own party and some other, shit, really. And that's about it. Now, a lot of what they were saying back then sounded okay, but I don't know, this is a little too extreme, and that's a little too extreme, but that's okay. Let the gays get married in their pot garden with their AR-15s, I think, was what it got summed up to. Or if you're a libertarian, you know the correct catchphrase. And, oh, yeah, okay, maybe a little bit, Flash forward to about 2 years ago. I got invited by a friend of mine on Facebook to a secret Facebook group. It still exists, although it's, deader than shit now. And I actually meet some libertarians through this group. The first thing that caught my attention was they wanted to abolish and disband the U.S. military. Now, this could not have been later than 2014, because I was still in the service at the time. What? You want to disband the military? What are you going to replace it with? They say private military contractors. Okay. I know there's a time and a place for private military contractors. But a declared war is not it. Alright? They have little, if any, accountability except to their shareholders. And that's what you want to replace it with. They go even further. They talk about disbanding law enforcement. Getting rid of the police and the courts. How are you going to enforce basic trade agreement? I have, say, $500. You have, say, an AR-15, which I would love to buy one. How am I supposed to give you $500 and know you're not going to rip me off? Now, here's the funny thing. They talk about escrow, 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 escrow. Okay, well, that's nice. But if you take the money, let's assume I give it to this escrow. How do I know he's going to hand it off to you? How do I know you're going to give him the gun to give to me? I don't. That's simple as that. The system we have now, I give you the money, you don't give me the gun, I could sue your ass. I could even have you put in jail because it is a firearm. So that's grand theft firearm. But you think this escrow thing is going to work? How are you going to enforce the law? Well, if I burn your house to the ground and kill you in the process, how do you know that the system is going to come out and get me? You don't. It really is as simple as that. There is nothing you can do. Once you are dead, there is no system for you. Unless you have a gang, which is a government. It's a very self-authoritized government. We have them all over in Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco. Yes, gangs in San Francisco, and they are actually very violent people. There's shootings down in Sacramento from time to time. As relatively calm as Sacramento is, there are shootings from time to time. This is the system you want me to support? No. Now today, some self-described libertarians demanded that I prove that libertarianism doesn't work. Alright? Not, you know, the real thing. I say you prove it works. No, you prove it doesn't work. Okay. Well, I went and I took the Libertarian Party's own platform statement, put that right on his lap, right? Yes, the Libertarian Party wants to abolish the government and replace it with something that they haven't explained, worse still. And maybe they want to do it a little at a time, and you know what? So what? I don't care. Alright? You want to call me a statist? You know, you want to insult me, call me something insulting. Alright? Don't waste my time by trying to bullshit me. Because bullshit and lies, the only difference is one smells, but is kind of useful. Maybe there should be another mandatory exemption for all libertarians? Just throwing it out there. For the rest of you, except you leftists, keep calm, mandatory carry on, don't be an idiot or a libertarian.